I think I'm live. Hello, I'm here. And somebody just sent me a message. I don't know. Yes, I think I am live. It says I'm live. I don't know how good the service is. But hey, everybody, as you come in, I just want to say a quick hello. It's been a while. It's been a long while, actually. A lot of things have say hi. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I have somebody to introduce to you guys. So whoever's there, just say hi so I know somebody's there. This is just a casual saying hello type thing. While I'm awake, she's awake. Hold on, let me see this message real quick. Mm. Hi, how are you? Rain, how are you doing? Let me know if you can hear me okay. The fans are on, but mm, yeah. Who's that? Cold Indianapolis. Yeah, here it's definitely not cold, but it's nicer than it had been over the, I guess they call it summer. Um, Hibernage, let's see, it got up to 90 something. Oh, it's still 90 something, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels a little nicer. Mm. How's everybody doing? Hey, Kiko or Kiko. How you doing? I'm talking to my friends. You want to say hi? It's been a long time. We haven't been on here. I wanted to introduce the baby. I haven't thought of her nickname, her YouTube name yet. I know the name you want, but it's not gonna be that. But
It's not gonna be Z.
no, it doesn't mean anything.
Nina.
No, you can't just make up a random name. I was thinking. I've been thinking yams.
Yams.
Yeah, because it was Thanksgiving. Like yams. See, she says. Uh huh. These are yams. I'm thinking yams, but we'll see. Yes, I have.
Yams.
I have a new daughter. Yeah, that's what I've been busy doing all year. I think. Uh, I think. Pregnancy is easier when you like. It's not the whole year. Like I was. Yeah, from February to November. It's like 10 months. That's the whole year. So it was. Thank you, Kiku, and year Jag. Yeah, I think like the whole 2024 was just carrying a baby and all the things that go with it. But yeah, I just wanted to talk. I have like I have some footage of stuff and some things I documented during the pregnancy and like the birthing process and stuff like that. But but I'll probably share that a little later just because I like to do my stuff in chronological order. Molly, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, God is good. It was a journey for sure. And yes, she's a girl. I just put her in all kind of colors because I don't do anything like anybody else. So she has like all this pink stuff people buy her, but I like to mix it up so it's not like the whole Pepto Bismol pink baby. Thank you. And she got her little ears pierced already. Yes. Yes. I'm glad you're awake. I didn't know if she was gonna be asleep or not, but she just woke up. So um She's been sleeping most of the day. It's a quarter to six. But yeah, I just wanted to talk on like everything that was the experience, or if anybody has questions, feel free to ask. I have some stuff that I recorded because I didn't want to forget, but like I said, I have a lot of footage and videos to work on. Like I told the members only, the members people that watch the members only videos know already I'm behind on stuff because I was sick for a few months, and then just regular pregnancy stuff, but I was really sick in the beginning. What are you asking me? Yeah.
Just to make something
um
like in the
you can make something, but be very careful. Okay. um Her name. I haven't thought of. Well, she has a name, but I haven't thought of what her YouTube name is gonna be because I use nicknames for my kids since they're minors and stuff. But but yeah, I think I think we're gonna. I don't know if we're gonna go. I have to ask her dad what he want to call her on for YouTube, but maybe I'm thinking Yams, but I'm not sure. That's just me. But that's a part of her name. One of her names. So, what do you do for a living? How do you pay your bills? Oh, that's a good question. Oh, Zoo and Shayna. Hi, Shayna. How are you? It's been a minute. Are you back in Benin? It's Benin, right? Have you been back? Um, okay, so I guess I'll go to this question. I don't see any other questions that I missed, did I? Yeah, she's really tiny. Yeah, for a living, my husband and I have a company, but we do several things. A lot of things are small business ventures. But as far as bills go, um, we saved a lot of money and brought it here when we moved 3 years ago. It's 3 years, November. Wow. Yeah, we moved the 21st of November back in 2020. Yeah. So yeah, we moved with some savings and we were able to build our home with that and do a couple of other things. Right now we have a business where it's pretty much an all-encompassing thing, because we did everything from, I don't say the ground up, but we started from zero in terms of building our home and um, figuring that out, buying, purchasing land, and all that. Those are things that we do for other people. So that's the main thing that we do for a living. But we also we have a borehole here at our house that we use to sell water. We deliver water to different work sites around the area, things like that. We do, and then we invest in small businesses around. Whose baby? This is my baby. Um, So yeah, but our bills are minimal. We have solar electric at the house, so we don't pay for an electric bill right now. We might add that just in case for times where it's not as sunny. Um, but yeah, our bills are minimal. We pay for gas for our cars. Our cars are also uh, paid for. It's not the same. We don't live the same as we did in the states as far as bills go. So that helps a lot. Everything we pay for the internet. That's paid prepaid for right now. So yeah. Let's see. Oh, you went back in January to Benin. Okay, cool. Cameroon. Oh, you have a big surprise project. Okay. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. How was the delivery? Oh, was it a home birth? I see it. Another question. No, it was not. It was not a home birth. I aspired to do a home birth, but it wasn't feasible for me. Making sure she didn't spit on me. It wasn't feasible for me. It wasn't practical, and actually, with the way my birth turned out, I'm glad that I was in a facility where there was, emergency stuff available because there was a complication. I don't want to say there were complications, but there was a complication that needed to be uh, acted on swiftly, urgent situation. So, but the delivery, I will say I had a VBAC. For those that may not know what that is, when you have a C-section, generally, it's expected that you'll have all your births, subsequent births will be C-section. Um, but I don't feel that my C-section that I had with Yaya was warranted. So it wasn't an emergency C-section. It was, they kind of gave me a choice, but they kind of nudged me in that direction. And so I think that, I wanted to try for a VBAC, and my doctor is awesome. Oh my gosh, I love my doctor so much. I have to do a video on my doctor and his clinic, because like he was like emotionally there. He was like always on call. Like I have his cell phone number. He check on me all the time. My doctor, I've never had a doctor experience this wonderful. Um, so yeah, the delivery was great. I was able to deliver vaginally. Um, I did. I was the only person in the clinic. It's a private practice, and so everybody was there for me. All the midwives, whenever they come, change shifts and all that, they were. I was the only patient in there, which was great. I had a room to myself with a TV and two beds, so whoever was with me could sleep there. And I brought my birth ball, like the big, ball thing. And yeah, I wanted to do a home birth only because not only. I wanted to do a home birth because I wanted to do a water birth. I thought that would help with the pain, since I've never had natural, spontaneous labor. I've only had uh, the artificial induced labor, and I had three inductions with my first, and none of them worked. So I never went into labor on my own. But so I didn't know. I was nervous on how painful it would be. So I wanted to do a water, like sitting water. I thought that would help. I was trying to be as natural as possible, and I did. I didn't have an epidural. I did, which I wanted. Once the pain hit after my water broke, I wanted an epidural for sure. Let me see if I can catch up with the questions. Congratulations, thank you so much, Empress. Let's see, and you look great. Thank you, thank you. The one thing I don't do when I'm pregnant is really gain too much weight because I can't eat. I have a condition called hyperemesis uh, gravidarum, but HG, and so I couldn't eat for about 3, 4 months. Everything makes you nauseous. Everything makes you throw up. Thinking about stuff makes me throw up. Walking to the kitchen makes me throw up, and so that part of pregnancy, I was very, very miserable. With my first, it was 9 whole months. I think I vomited for 8 months, and I was still nauseous up until she came out. So I have been really, I had to really plan, or not plan, but I really had to have things in place to be able to be pregnant again. I was pregnant a second time when we were just getting ready to move here, just for like 3 months, and I was sick then too. So it was a high chance that I was gonna have the same condition again. But luckily, it didn't last the whole time. It was horrible, and it really is isolating and depressing, and so many things I can't really go into right now. But it started subsiding, and I was able to eat, and my doctor was able to give me meds that helped me keep food down, because I was very weak. I wasn't able to keep anything, not even water, for the first couple of weeks. And I thought if in the States they weren't able to give me any relief, then I assumed here they wouldn't have any relief for that either, because it's a rare thing. I think 3% of women have it. Like, I'm in a support group and everything. It's interesting how it works. Um, but yeah, when I finally went to the doctor, I didn't think that they would have anything for me, because I used to try everything, and he gave me a combination of meds that, at least, even though I was still sick, the food, I was able to keep half the food in and like not be so weak. So that was like awesome. I was pleasantly surprised by that. I don't know why. I just assumed that there's no cure and there's no, nothing's gonna work, but it did help alleviate some of that. But I was still bedridden for about 4 months. Thank you, Niger, and Nyambe. Really glad to see you and the baby. Thank you. I'm glad to. I'm very, very blessed. Very, very blessed. Because yeah, it's you take things for granted when you're younger. You don't really think about how things work, and especially after having a loss, like a pregnancy loss, you really like realize like not everybody gets to make it to this point, or not everyone, you know, ends in the end is healthy and all these things. And so I'm definitely blessed. Love and Africa. Thank you. I'm about an hour and a half from Dakar, 2 hours if depending on where you're going in Dakar. Once you get to Dakar, traffic is crazy. It's another hour to get to where you gotta go. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Hold on. Let me see. Um, yeah, but the delivery was good. My friend came. My homegirl. She's been here before. But she came right during the birth. Right a week before the baby arrived, and she helped me. So that was great. My mother-in-law has been here, helping. She's a midwife also, so she was here. Let's see. I did have contractions for like 3 weeks. I didn't know you could have contractions and just no baby come for like weeks at a time, and you think you're going to labor and you're not. It's like it's trippy. That was hard because I never went through this before, so I didn't know how it was supposed to feel. And everybody's like, "If it's the real thing, you'll know." And I'm like, "Okay, I guess I'll know." Let me see what else is. I experienced the same with my youngest, morning sickness all day. Yeah, that's not even morning sickness, man. I think like my friend who's expecting now, she has morning sickness. She's nauseous, but she hasn't vomited. Like vomiting just takes it to a whole nother. It's horrible. I hate it like with a passion. It's just not a good feeling at all. And then you don't get relief. Like when you're sick, like you have a stomach virus or something, or food poisoning, you vomit, and then afterwards you feel better, but you just don't feel better. You just still feel sick. It's not fun. Not fun at all. Carrie O, thank you so much. How far am I from? Yeah, I answer that. Dakar is an hour and a half and some change. Do you still have your Airbnb available for stays? Actually, no. Not at this time. We're renovating it. But also because I was pregnant and sick, and Amadou was doing everything by himself as far as working and taking care of the house. Um, up until recently. What, baby? No, you can't light a match. What are you trying? No, I can do it. You want to hold your sister?
Yeah.
I think somebody did ask how is Yaya with it being a big sister. I forgot that one. I don't know where it went, but she's great. She loves it. I don't know if it's a cultural thing, but everybody keeps asking her. Be careful with that one right here. Everybody keeps asking her, who's prettier. I don't know. Maybe that's a thing. Because the nurse asked her that, and some family members asked her that, and some other people, and everybody's like, "Oh, who's prettier?" And she's like, "My sister." And they're like, "Oh, you're not even." I think they try to like make like a playful competition type thing. I'm like, that's not cool. But anyway, so yeah, people ask her that, and they're surprised that she's like, "My sister is prettier because she's my sister." But no, she adores her. She comes in the morning worried about her if she's whimpering. She barely cries, but I think it's because she's small. She's not really a crier. The fan keeps blowing it out, man. It's not gonna hold if the And it's keep going. That's why. But she loves it. Anytime she gets a little stressed if she says, "Mom, she's gonna wake up." Like, and I'm like, okay, she's not up yet. I got time. But I was thinking about their age difference and stuff, but I feel like it's perfect because they're still their own individual selves in their different phases. But it won't be too, how do you say, like, not overbearing. Like, they won't be too suffocated as far as, like, they're not so close in age that they have to share everything because they're in different phases of life. So I think what I hope is that you know this one will look up to her and she'll have the patience to be able to teach her things and spend time with her, without that, oh, she's pushing me, he's annoying, those kind of stuff. Not too much of that. Yeah. And as soon as she was born, Yaya, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but she just got older to me. Maybe just because I compare her, I'm looking like, wow, I just realized she's older. Maybe because she's not my baby anymore, not the only one. So I just see her as this mature, you know, seven 7 year old. Yeah, she's very proud. Yeah. I also have difficult pregnancies. I always felt like I had malaria. Wow, during the first months, but the end result is worth it. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely worth it. I think it's something that if I knew, if I knew what it was gonna feel like or what I was gonna go through, it probably would terrify me to, like, scare me from doing it. But it's one of those things you don't know. Every pregnancy, everybody says every pregnancy is different, and for years people were telling me, like, when are you gonna have another one, and I wasn't ready because it was really really hard and traumatic first go around, and I think it's because nobody told me, and so now I'm like, you hungry? Yes, you are. Nobody told me, and so it's like, because nobody told me, I thought pregnancy was gonna be easy. I thought, you see people walking around just like doing their thing, and a baby doesn't really change, the pregnancy doesn't really change much. And so that's what I expected. But now I'm like, I tell as many people as possible, like, you know, it's not easy for everyone just because I think the expectation of it being, oh, every woman has done this since the beginning of time kind of thing, and you think it's going to be easy, and it's not. Everybody's experience is different. There we go. Sorry, I'm feeding her, just trying to get situated so my stuff ain't on the camera. There you go. There you go. You're not hungry. You're just playing around. Anyway, let's see. That's so awesome, sister love. That's a weird question I notice a lot of women ask, who's prettier? Yeah, I've never heard that before. Only here, and I do know a mother here who she's European descent, but her kids are half Senegalese, and there you go. And her first child was adopted, and darker skinned, and so she said that she didn't like when the family and people would say, "Oh, your sister's lighter than you," or stuff like that. And I just assumed it was just that particular case. I didn't know that people have a tendency to comment on that so much, like it was such a common thing. Because I'm like, if the nurse is doing it and the family's doing it, and people just, that's like the thing to say, I guess. But I don't know. I mean, I know they probably don't mean anything by it, but yeah, it's not the nicest thing to say, or to put kids in competition with each other. But my daughter handled it fine. The baby is alert and knows mommy's voice. Oh, yeah. Congrats. Senegalese always pressure women to have a baby. Oh well, this was not here. This was in the States. Actually, nobody here, you know, will pressure me because I'm not from here. And I mean, the only thing people do, they'll ask, like, or actually they'll assume that you want children or you want a lot or you want more because everybody says that they do. Even if they don't, they'll say they do. It's like a tradition or something. But I've noticed that people would say, uh, like when they want to say something to bless you or something, they'll say, like, I pray you have lots of kids, that kind of thing. They'll say that, but they won't ask you, do you want to have? Because I think it's just the assumption that you should. Cheapy Cheapo, hi, how are you? Um, But in the states, no, stateside, everybody was asking. Like my friends' moms were asking me, like, when you gonna? And she was 2, and I'm like, huh? Like after everything, like I got cut open, and I was so sick. I missed out on so much being in the bed and not like I couldn't be around people because everybody smelled their perfume, any artificial smell. I couldn't handle at all. So if it was food with something in it that's not right, like even meat, like stuff that probably wasn't good for me, stank. And so people would be cooking. I would have to close 3 doors, like, and lock myself somewhere and to not smell it. So I couldn't be around people, which I'm very social, and so that was sad. Um, but yeah, so nobody really pressured me here, but more so, I mean, I kind of felt pressure just because people expect, and you kind of, it's more self-imposed. But in the States, people will say, oh, she needs, I really don't like when people say that like your kid needs a sibling. Like that just sounds so unfair to the child coming, like the new child. Like I was just born because so my older sibling can have, like that doesn't feel right to me. I feel really uncomfortable when people say that. Like, oh, you need to have another kid for your kid. Like, and I have siblings, and everybody's different, but it's not. They're not. I'm the oldest, so and I don't feel like you know my siblings belong to me like they were a gift to me. Like it's the parents' kid. It's not the siblings' kid. Like, and then the youngest child doesn't have any say in it. Like like they're just a little pawn or something. It just that always like rubs me the wrong way when people say stuff like that. Let me see. Some people are unaware how damaging beauty competition. Yes, definitely among sisters, and you, as long as you and your husband instilling them, yes, for sure, and not only instilling them, but help them to, like, they have to know how to defend themselves in certain situations. Like you can't just let people say stuff and just leave it there. Like you have to, kids have to be taught how to, I believe, how to correct even when adults, are wrong. I mean, politely, of course, but like you can correct people. Be like, I don't, we're both beautiful, or whatever you got to say. You can't just let an adult say something like that. And congrats, or anybody say, congrats and blessings to you and your husband. Thank you, Tony B. I continue to be so proud of you both. Thank you. I'll be back in Africa a short while. Yeah, if you're in Senegal, definitely swing by. That would be cool. Uh, yes, Chibri, this is my new daughter. Yes, yes.
Do we have school
Do we,
today?
school?
Tomorrow?
Yeah. Why? Why wouldn't you have school tomorrow?
Tomorrow's,
Huh?
tomorrow's,
Tomorrow's Thursday.
yeah,
What?
yeah, tomorrow's Christmas.
Tomorrow's not Christmas, babe. What are you talking about? It's not Christmas. Christmas is December. Tomorrow's still November.
No.
Yeah. We still haven't. We're doing Thanksgiving, like the Friendsgiving on Saturday. Maybe that's what you're thinking about. But no, you have school. Yeah, there's no holiday here tomorrow. Regina, thank you, Regina. Do you know any women over 45 that naturally have kids? Yeah, my aunt in law did. She was 46. She has a 3 year old. She was 46 when she had hers. That's another interesting thing. I don't know. Yeah, if I ever said this on camera before, but nobody here will call you geriatric. Like when I was 38 and I was pregnant, like they automatically, well, you're high risk because you have hypertension and because you're African American something something and because you're over 35 and blah blah blah. And so they would have never ever considered a VBAC for me over there. That I know for sure. And and crazy enough, and they would have made it about my blood pressure because that's the only chronic thing issue that I have. And I was actually able to manage my blood pressure here, which I wasn't. Like my blood pressure during my pregnancy was the best it's ever been in the past 10 years since I've been like on meds and monitoring it and all that stuff. Like they sent me to a specialist. Like my gynecologist sent me, my OB sent me to a cardio specialist. The cardiologist was awesome. He was like, "Look, the reason they put you on meds like so early is because in the states there's a lot of stress and the food portions are crazy, so they know what it's gonna lead to." I'm talking, babe. What
This one.
is what for me?
Oh,
Yes, it's my money. Now I gotta remember what I was saying. Anyway, do me a favor, babe. Turn on the light over there. I hope you're not hot. Everybody wants her to wear like 3 layers of clothes, and it's 90 some degrees. I think it's a grandma thing. I don't know, because even my side of the family was the same way. But I'm like, she's sweating, y'all. It's hot, but they're like, no, she's a baby. But what was I saying? Yeah, so my cardiologist here was like, I've been to the states. He's like, they put you on meds like at a certain level where most of the world they wait until your blood pressure gets higher to start you on medication. But he's like they know that like the way the lifestyle is and the stress levels and stuff that you're always gonna have to take medication. So they just start you early. I'm like, wow. But anyway, so yeah, my blood pressure was great. And I think I know another lady. She's 41 and she's expecting her very first. She's a black American and her husband's Senegalese, but yeah, I don't know if it's being here. I mean, I didn't really have issues getting pregnant the first 2 times, but I think that Yesing, come here. You turn the fan up, not the light. I said the light.
oh,
Turn the fan down because it's gonna make too much noise. But yeah, and another lady, she's a thank you, a returnee. Um, I think she's Gambian, Senegalese, something like that. But she's French born and everything, and she also 41. And she had her baby a month before I did. We would actually do the same time, and she had her baby a month before I did. And she was 41. That wasn't her first. She had another before, but yeah. So that's a couple of people that I know. I feel like it's going all around. My homegirl's 38, 39. My homegirl's about to turn 40. She's expecting. And so yeah, I don't know. It's I think they get in your mind and tell you can't do certain stuff. I remember when I was 28, about to get married, and they're like the doctor, this guy. Usually I don't have guy doctors because anyway, for feminine stuff, but he was like, well, if you don't hurry up, you're gonna need artificial, like, not artificial. He said you're gonna need basically I'm gonna need assistance getting pregnant if I don't hurry up. And I'm 28. Like he made me cry. And I'm just like, what? Like, you're gonna need assistance to be able to have a kid and stuff. And I'm like, wow. And so I think they get in your mind, and then your mind affects your body, you know, to a certain extent. If you don't believe that you can do something or that you're capable, let's see. Some people are. Oh no, I read that one already. Let's go down. Um, oh, Umi, thank you. Yeah, she's here. Um, let's see. Thank you, Franklin Franks. Thank you so much. Uh, mhm. Thank you, Giselle. How much did the baby weigh? Okay, so it was in kilos. It was like 2.8 kilos. I think that's 6 pounds. Thankfully, it was 6 pounds because she came right out. So yeah, but she already put on like she's just like 2.5 weeks. So she already put on a pound when we went back to the doctor. That's one thing I didn't experience in the States before. They have your return appointment for the like 6 weeks after or something postpartum, but here they see you a week after to check you and see how you're going, just in case there's any complications with mom, um, which is good. Let's see. Hope's Garden. It's been a while. We're all busy these days. Yeah. Wait a minute. I popped in late. I, I'm missing something. Let me watch and get back. Okay. Mali. In Africa, many women have babies in their 40s. Yeah, it's very normal. My doctor didn't blink an eye. Like every time they filled out my paperwork when I went, I had checkup I have an appointment every month, and they write your age, or your age is on the little ultrasound machine, little TV and stuff, but like nobody like, and there's no culture of, which I was a little nervous about, like because people are very positive and they don't always talk about negative things because they don't want to give it power or whatever. I feel, I thought, oh man, the doctor's not going to tell me if something is wrong. Like they're probably just going to sugarcoat and not say anything. And that may have been the case to some degree, but I mean, they have to be honest as well. But I was thinking like, oh, they're not going to tell me if I have some issue. So I was in my head thinking stuff might have not been as good as it was, and it was fine. Um, you know, and the doctor, like, I was losing it. Like the due date was coming, but I had already had contractions for 2, 3 weeks, and I was losing my mind. We went to the doctor. My mother-in-law was like, "Let's just go, and he'll talk to you, and you'll feel better." And I'm like, "I can't waste his time." But the doctor is like, I text him. He's like, "Come on!" Like, it's just, it's way more free. Like you have more access. You have more. Like I see him at the grocery store. You know what I mean? Like he's like, "Okay, see you at your appointment." It's just a nice thing, and I don't know. My doctor's probably either my age or maybe even younger. I don't know. But but yeah, it's just you see him at the store, he give you some dap. He's like cool, and it's like it's nice. It's like it gives you a small town feeling. Like I'm not just a number, and he actually knows me and cares. He knows, like my mother in law goes to my appointments. My friend, my homegirl went into my appointment. It was four of us in the appointment at one point, and he talked to everybody at their level. My mother in law's a midwife. She was worried about certain risks. He talked to her. Like, it was just he talked to Amadou, like everything, like he was just real relatable. He stayed calm even when stuff was getting like scary. He was calm, so that made me stay calm. Everything worked out. Bless you. Praise God, man. Like he was the best doctor I could have ever had, man. Let's see what else is in the chat. Um, Dehydration is dangerous. Yes, it is. Better to be too cool than too hot. Oh, for the baby, you mean? Oh, okay. Thank you, MA. Yeah, sometimes I have to get the baby and like she's red and her hair is sweating and stuff. And they're like, the fan is on her. Is she gonna be cold? And then they like put something underneath. And I don't know how she feels. And I'm just like, I know myself, I'm hot. So I just assume the baby's a little hot. She might not have a lot of meat on her bones or something. But yeah, it's just a grandparent thing, I think. Oh, Princess, hi. Thank you. Yes, I'm a mommy again. That's my friend in Ethiopia, Princess Living Free. Go check out her channel. She lives in Ethiopia with her family, um, and her husband's from there, and they're building a house as well. Oh, what a cute! She's oh, thank you, a cutie pie. Thank you, Jalandra. Yes, I sent you a video on WhatsApp, but you hadn't checked it, and I tried to call you guys. I think I called Lorenzo on Thanksgiving, but I didn't look at the time. I think you guys changed your time, and so that's my one of my good friends from the states. Um, yeah, I think you guys changed your time, so the time was way off. It was like seven something. I was like, oops, my bad. 7 in the morning. Tony B, are you gonna have any more children? Only God knows the answer to that, Tony B. For me, that wasn't in the plan. I thought about it before, but after how hard this pregnancy was, I don't think I would do that. Bless you, baby. I don't think I would do that to myself again, just because I have so many things I want to accomplish. And I like that I have my kids farther apart, and I would, if I would have to be sick again, which a lot of women that have the condition that I have, that's what happens. 4 or 5 pregnancies, all extremely sick, and some people to the point that they lose the pregnancy because they're so they need to get IV fluids because they can't keep enough down, and the baby takes a lot of your nutrients and stuff. So I would have to say probably not. I mean, only if God, a miracle happens. I mean, maybe. But I mean, I was questionable about this time around, but I really wanted to try because I said, okay, I'm in a better position, as far as work wise. I make my own hours. I can stay in the bed. I have help. I have, people who can feed my other kid and stuff like that, and pick her up from school and things. And so I was like, if I can't do it now, you know what I mean, and I did it when I was working a 9 to 5 and didn't have any kind of help. So I said, yeah, that was we wanted to try for another, but uh, but I don't know. This might be, this might be it. Maybe. Anaya, oh, it's been a long time. Thank you, Anaya. Hope's Garden. Oh my gosh, you had a new baby. Oh, congratulations, you too. I'm so happy for you guys. Thank you, Hope's Garden. Wow, congratulations. I thought you were, but I was not sure. Yeah, I definitely didn't want to say anything on YouTube because I just had to focus and try to deal with everything I was going through myself without much interference. I know my first pregnancy I was depressed. This one I did have some issues, um, in dealing with that, and so I didn't want to. I'm very very irritable when I'm pregnant, and so I'm not always the nicest person to be around because I'm not feeling good. And so I was like, yeah, if I can keep it to myself, it would be better. Every time I thought about it, I was like, oh, I should tell people I'm expecting. But I was like, nah, I'll just wait because I don't want to go into too much detail. And the people that did know, like, people are, just they don't mean any harm, but people say things and don't realize that you have your own fears and doubts and insecurities, and so certain things they say, especially when you're pregnant, you can be more sensitive in general, just like, you can cry watching a TV show. So, people ask questions like, are you going to have the baby there? Be careful, and different stuff like that. And so, not realizing maybe that the things that they say can make you worry, and babies, feel everything the mom feels. And so, I didn't want to be stressed. So, I didn't want anybody stressing me, or people just say things, especially when they don't really know you, like a public forum like this one. um but yeah, so not, and the only subscribers that knew were the ones that were here. So like some people came in June, some other families came in August, different people came, and there's like, and it's interesting because like the you okay, you okay, the Senegalese viewers, like when they would come to town, they come by the house or something, and they wouldn't say anything. Like they see me with this big belly and they don't say anything. But then like the American like families and couples and stuff that would come, oh my gosh, I didn't know you're pregnant. It's like it was interesting to see the contrast between two cultures, because one culture they don't talk about it, like it's like people don't count their eggs before they hatch. So it's like, and especially like, which I actually get now, especially like after having a miscarriage. um you're like, okay, the baby's not here yet, so I don't want to get. I mean, I was excited when I found out I was pregnant. We both were, but like, you don't want to get ahead of yourself. Like, Amadou was really like in the beginning, he was very nervous because I had lost our last pregnancy early on, and so it just changes how you look at things, but you don't want to take it for granted, or you know. But yeah, it was funny because like I remember in the States being pregnant with my first, and people touch your belly and do all this kind of stuff at work, and you're like, you know, but the culture is just like that. It's very different, very different. And here people don't say anything. Like people try to hide it, or people try to, keep it on the low. It's very different. Sometimes people say have a second child to help the first child take care of the parents when they're older, so all the responsibility isn't on one child to care for their elderly parents. Yeah, I think that's Kamal who said that. I think that I mean, it's an assumption that either child would, be able and will and or willing to do that. Because it doesn't, unfortunately, it doesn't happen that way now. That, like, I think these days it happens a lot less than back in maybe my parents or grandparents generation. Um but yeah, I like, people have kids for different reasons, and I think that none of the reasons are guaranteed. I'll just say that. So like, you can have kids and you say, "Oh, I want to have a basketball team." But who's to say they want to play basketball? Who's to say, one of your children will, God forbid, but one of them will be, you know, physically impaired or something like that. I mean, it's not. I think that you should have children and be open to whatever happens, or whatever God gives you, or whatever, whatever comes of that. I mean, all you can do is the best you can. But yeah, people do say that to to have a kid to take care of you, which I don't agree with. You know, I think that you should raise your child so that they will want to take care of you, hopefully. And you know, but here, what I like there's people who don't have children, and they still have people taking care of them. Like, especially the way they do like the like namesakes and stuff. You name somebody after somebody that's basically their godparent. The godparent pays for, or helps pay for their wedding, or helps put them through school, and and then when this person gets older, then it's like people reciprocate. You know what I mean? And so you don't necessarily have to have blood children to have, here at least, for people to take care of the elderly around them. It's like a community thing, which I think is great. Let me put my glasses back on because I'm trying to read. Ooh, that sounded like a 40-year-old thing to say. Okay, let me see. Uh, Sometimes people say, "Oh, I read that already." Thank you, thank you, Yem. Uh, oh, Shubarb says, "I understand." What did you understand? I'm late to the. I forget what I said. Um, Rock Rockan Johnson Rock says, "Congrats, Rockan, Dad, Dakar. Congratulations, Amadou, and your daughter also. Thank you. I'm so happy for you both. Yes, it is definitely a blessing. Definitely a blessing. My siblings, Tony B says, my siblings and I take care of my parents now. It's a lot easier in the US today when there's more than one child. Yeah, I mean, it can be. It can be. I have a different situation with my elder. I mean, I guess my parents are elder, but my elder parent who is not in the best health right now. Um, there's three of us, but it's not being handled in the same way your parents' situation is. So it depends on the family. You know, I would love to take care of my parent, but people have to agree to that. So she's so peaceful. How's the baby sleeping? Okay, so she sleeps great until she doesn't, but she doesn't cry. Like she doesn't wake up the house or anything like that. Just me. Like I hear her make a little and I'm like up. But last night she was up from 1 to 3, just looking at me. Like she didn't need anything. I'm gonna turn the light on because I think it's like fuzzy. Anyway, yeah, that's better for me. Anyway, yeah, so she was up. Our bed is huge, so she's in the bed with us because I'm not getting up. But she was like, I would nurse her. She nurse and go to sleep like she's sleeping, nursing, and I put her down. 2 minutes later, she's like, no. So I'm holding her. I'm trying to figure out what she want. I changed her diaper. Are you hot? No, a little bit. With your fuzzy hair. But so I tried different things, and I couldn't figure out what she wanted. All she wanted was for me to hold her like this, and she just looked at me. She did not go to sleep for the whole 2 hours. It was frustrating trying to figure out what she wanted, but that's what she wanted. So I was like falling asleep like this, and she, for the most part, yeah, she sleeps pretty good. And I do take naps in the day. Thankfully, we have people helping us and stuff. My mother-in-law's here, and um, my housekeeper has been helping a lot with the baby. She loves the baby. She's like, she comes in my room first thing in the morning to check on her, and she never would come in my room before when I'm like sleeping or half, waking up. But she's so excited. Let's see. It's crazy because 100,000 people with the same name. Crazy here. Here where? Where's here? Are you? This is black to the beginning. Where are you? Where people have the same name? I know people have the same name here, and a lot of Latin America people definitely have the same name. I can't find none of my friends from when I was in grade school because everybody had the same name. It's super hard. Uh, and I never really like that. But are you talking about Senegal? I guess because I was talking about the namesake stuff. Maybe maybe you're in Senegal too. But yeah, that's confusing for me. And everybody has a nickname that has nothing to do with their name, and then you're like trying to figure out who's who. So yeah, I like middle names because I'm like my kids have to distinguish themselves from the crowd. Like I'm all about being an individual. So like yeah. Um, yeah, Senegal. Okay, so black to the beginning. You're in Senegal too. Where in Senegal are you? Or you live here? Or are you Senegalese or other? Let's see. Ruby's L. She's beautiful. You're beautiful. I needed to come across this today. Oh, inspirational. Nice. From Chicago in the Gambia. Oh, cool. You're in the Gambia. Nice. Rubies. You're in the Gambia for over a year. Congratulations on it being over a year. Shoe Barb. Oh, how you kept it to yourself. Yes, that's it's hard, and it's hard being in between two cultures because you have one culture where they're like you don't say anything, and then another culture where you know you're supposed to wait, just the 3 months, and you tell people, and they have a baby shower and all this other stuff. You know, or are you faking it? But yeah, but me personally, because of my first experience being pregnant was really, really, really rough. I was not a happy person, and so people, I felt pressure because people expected you to be happy because of what was to come. But the current situation, I was not happy. So I was like, how can I be happy about the future thing when right now I'm miserable? Like that was really hard. Like, you know, the 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 hyperemesis that I had, it, people compare it to the symptoms of patients on chemotherapy as far as the nausea and vomiting and stuff, and we take and the medication that they prescribe is actually the same medication. So like it's really rough, but like being sick like that and people are happy is weird because you feel horrible and no one feels sorry for you. No one feels like they're just like, oh, well, you're gonna have a baby, and they just kind of wait until the 9 months is up and you're dealing with it. People, it's weird. It's like it's happy news. I remember one time I was at work when I was pregnant with Yaya, and I was in the bathroom like retching. You could hear me, and when I came out, my coworker ladies were like, these ladies were like, oh, are you okay? They thought I had like virus, the flu or something. I said, yeah, I mean, I guess I'm pregnant. And they're like, oh my God. And so like, yes, it's good news, but at the same time it was like, oh, you're not sick anymore. You're just pregnant. Like it kind of felt like, dang, my like how I feel doesn't matter because people, you know, they're just happy. Oh, you spit on me. Thank you very much. Um, people just think about that's all they want to think about, and so they don't really have the capacity or know how to like be sympathetic at the same time. And so since the first spit all on me, since the first time I was pregnant, every time I found out someone was pregnant, the first thing I asked them is how they feeling. um and then based on how they're feeling, I'll tell them, congratulations if they feel, if they say they're excited, happy, and all that, or if they say, they're not feeling the best, then I'll at least, because not everybody um has it easy. Most people probably don't, but some people have it kind of hard. Let's see. Dakar for now. Oh, cool. Congratulations on your new one. I'll be calling her Baby M. Baby Millennial. That's cute. By the way, doctors in the US tend to be super cautious because of lawsuits. Yeah, no, definitely. Lawsuits, the insurance, all of that. Doctors in the States are beholden to so much. They have student debt, they have, you know, lots of student debt. And they have liability. People, the culture of people suing for things. Um, yeah, it's a lot that they have to contend with. I agree. And here, you know, like I'm sure my doctor has no school debt. Like, he went to school in Dakar, I believe, and he's probably paying rent at the building that he's leasing. But other than that, like, it's not a situation where somebody would be like, oh, I have to take you to court and take all your money, and it's not like that. So yeah, it's definitely different. And he owns his own business. He's not under like a insurance Like a lot of people that I talk to that had babies since they've been living here, you know, maybe half or more the people went back to the states to have their kids, and someone said that, you know, if you go and you pay cash, like if you don't have insurance and you just do cash, the doctors in the states are much more pleasant. They've said, I know someone who's had three of their kids, like they went back for that. And they said the doctors are more pleasant, they're more forthcoming, they tell you the real, like they'll tell you which medicines work, which medicines don't, because you know when you under insurance, you have to follow what the insurance company says. If they say, you know, take this vitamin C. If the vitamin C doesn't work, then try vitamin D. And if vitamin D, then you can go to the strong stuff. And so, you know, they have to follow a certain formula. You got to get approved to get physical therapy, all those things. But she said if you pay cash, they'll just tell you the real, and they don't have to report to an insurance or anything, and they'll actually give you a discount because they get all the money like straight. So yeah, it's definitely a different system, and because of that, that affects how the doctors, what the doctors have the freedom to do and say. And even with the VBAC situation, they can't, like if where they, the facility where they work doesn't allow for certain procedures, they can't do it even if they want to. So yeah, it's a lot of that. So correct. Very good. Uh, your comment. Very insightful. Congratulations. Sounds like a valiant battle you fought and won. Yes, I'm very, very strong. Oh, Golden Baobab, how are you doing? Yeah, it was definitely that, all the way to the end. And yeah, even though I wasn't sick the whole time this time, after the sickness went away, I had like, I think I was around 6 months. I had to go to the hospital because I was having contractions for some reason, but it was the position of the baby was pushing down on my cervix somehow. Like maybe the baby's foot was kicking me down there. I don't know, but it made me have contractions. It was really really painful, and so I had to go to the hospital. But it was good in the clinic, or my, you know, my doctor's office basically. But it was good because that was the first time I was there, like in the beds and stayed overnight and all that, and so I got to see what the facility was like, how it worked with the midwives that stay with you overnight and stuff. And it was very comfortable. Like I felt very like it wasn't a busy like hospital type feeling. It's just, you know, you have two levels. He has his office where he does the exams on people, and then the midwife room, and then the labor room, and then upstairs, I believe, is the labor and delivery, and then the room where there's a table for C-section, like operation room. Like it's just like one, and two beds here, stuff like that. So it was small. It wasn't a lot of noise. It wasn't, so it didn't feel like, you know, my other experiences going to the hospital in the States, where, or even here, I went to urgent care here before too, where it's like all these rooms and you have all these people, and you know, it was it felt very comfortable. So I actually was like, okay, I could see myself having having my kid here and not feeling, and feeling comfortable and not feeling like I'm in, like it's a business. It felt like it was a house, or you know, more intimate is what I would say. Not all new babies take it well under ceiling fans. Floor fans work better for me, not turned directly on them while that young. Thank you. Afro Millennial Mother, congratulations. Thank you, Fitzroy. Hey ladies, glad to see you live. Thank you. Congratulations. Yeah, thank you so much, Patricia. Um, yeah, so it was a all it was a very interesting experience. I definitely will be sharing the birth story of everything that happened. Um, God was definitely there because everything happened just so, and you know, the things that I was concerned about, you know, language barrier in the moment of, you know, having a child and stuff and different things like that, everything worked out perfectly. Having help, like my friend was here. My shout out to Mel. Like my friend literally called me and said, "I'm coming. do you want, now that I know you're pregnant, do you want me to come to help with the baby, or you want me to come help with the delivery, with the birth, like around to help you around that time? And I'm like, man, come for the birth, because I just have Amadou here, and uh he's busy doing everything for me and everything for the house and everything for, we already have a child now, so it's not like it's just he could just focus on me. So she has to go to school and different things. So my friend came the perfect time. I was losing my mind, and she was there, able to relieve Amadou when he had to go home, and so they would switch off, and it actually worked out so perfectly. So someone was always with me, because that was something. Yeah, T's real. Yeah, a true friend, man. More than a friend. That's like a sister, man. I don't even. Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, it's just. I was so surprised that she even thought of that, and then I was like, well, she could try to come, but no one knows when the baby's coming. So I was a little nervous that the baby was gonna come too early before she got there, or she wasn't gonna make it. But everything worked out perfectly. I was all in my head like, I'm not in labor. I think I'm in labor. I'm not in labor. And I felt like a crazy person, because I kept calling the doctor, like, I'm having contractions all day. And then as soon as I call the doctor, they go away. And I think I was just nervous and scared, because my contractions kept stopping. I think I was just being like too much in my head, and because I didn't know what everything was going to feel like. And so I probably subconsciously was like, I really don't want to, I really don't want to like do the whole labor childbirth thing, but you know, but it happened. And the doctor was really good. Like, they actually placeboed me, unbeknownst to me, and then I figured it out. And I was actually in labor, thinking that I was being induced, and the induction wasn't working, but I was actually in labor. It was he was pretty smart to do that, because he knew, I guess, that my mind was probably blocking whatever was supposed to happen. But yeah, it was good. Um, yeah. Uh, so that was pre-labor pains known as Braxton Hicks. Yeah, Braxton Hicks. I know that you have them. I just didn't know that you could have them for weeks and weeks and weeks. And they got stronger. So I thought, is this real? I had no way of knowing, nothing to compare to. But and even when I was being induced initially, which they did induce me, um, it was about the same strength until my water broke. When my water broke, oh my freaking goodness. I wanted to, well, no one was in there with me at that time but the midwife. And I wanted to like hurt her. I didn't want to, but I kind of wanted to hurt her, because I was mad at her because she wouldn't give me any relief. And she tells me, oh, the only thing that will help you is the baby has to come out. That's all we can do for you. And I'm like, what? I had back labor. Oh my gosh. My back was killing me. And at the time, my friend Mel had left, and Amadou was on his way, and I was alone. And I heard a noise go pop. I did not know what was happening. I was cool. Like the whole day I was on the Pitocin stuff. I was fine. I was like, okay, I do my breathing. I had my music, everything. As soon as my water broke, something changed, and I was like, okay, this is not cool. And I told the lady, I said, okay, this bag that you have, like with the coming through my veins, turn it off. I don't need it anymore. I don't want to have the baby. Like, just turn it off. I don't need the help. And she was like, this is actually not oxytocin, because she switched it. I saw she switched it, but I thought they was giving me something similar. But then she was like, "Oh, did your contractions continue when I switched it, or they get stronger, or whatever?" I'm like, "No, they're about the same." And so my friend was like, "It's probably not uh, oxytocin." And I was like, "Oh," so I looked up the name, and it was just like some fluids or something. I'm like, "Nah, they wouldn't placebo me. Like that's not they can't do that, can they?" And she was like, "It's Senegal, maybe they can." And so then the lady was like, then after she left and my water broke, I'm like, okay, whatever you got me on, turn it off or fix it or give me some drugs or something. And she was like, I can't. So my doctor was at his house, I guess, but he's like right there. So I'm texting him like, okay, tell this lady to give me some because I'm texting him. He just looking at it and ignoring it. And I'm like, okay, you guys messing with me. And then finally Amadou gets there, and I think it took like I want to say it was 11 at night or 11:30, something like that. And she was born at 3:40. I think the doctor got there around 3 ish, maybe 3:20, something like that. But it was rough, man. The pain, like that was the worst. Like when they say, somebody said, because I watched all the YouTube videos and all the stuff. They said like it's like having how many 50s fractures or something like that, childbirth. I don't know. They say something like that, like the pain that women can handle or the threshold for pain, something. And they compared it to so many fractures. And I was like, yeah, when that I had contraction every minute, but it was in my back and it was killing me. And my friend wasn't there to give me a massage; she was giving me a back massage. And Amadou came, but it was nighttime. He was tired. He just fell asleep. All he could do was really hold my hand. It wasn't really much that could be done every 80, 90 seconds. But I did have an issue. The one complication I had, I did lose a lot of blood, or I lost too much blood for myself. I became like anemic, so I had hemorrhaging while I was having the contractions. Um, my water broke, but then every time I was having contractions, like I kept losing my water. It was like my water kept breaking over and over again, but basically just the amniotic fluid was coming out. So it felt like I was going on myself 15 times. Oh, thank you, Golden Baba. That's so nice. I appreciate you. And so, yeah, it was like I kept going on myself, and the bed I was in was wet. It was uncomfortable, and then after that, all the fluid was out, but I was still having contractions, and my stomach was kind of like squeezing itself. And then that's when they noticed that it was uh, that I was hemorrhaging, like so it was some blood coming out. But they called the doctor. When the doctor got there, he was like, "You're about to have the baby." I didn't even know I was like 7 centimeters. What's up? You keep spitting. I was like 7 centimeters, but I didn't know. The whole time the lady kept saying I was 2 centimeters. And I'm like, ugh, this is gonna last forever. So I was having a back pain. I'm thinking I'm gonna still be dealing with this for hours, like those people who be in labor for 30 something hours. And I'm like, I can't do this. I texted my doctor. I said I can't do this anymore. You need to come and just take the baby out, or tell her to give me an epidural. Like, come. I need you to come. I can't. I changed my mind. I don't want to do it like this anymore. It's. I tried it. I can't handle it. And but it's true what they say when they say what is it they say when the pain is like the worst pain ever, that's when the baby's coming. Because when he came, he said the head was coming out. And I'm like, I stopped asking the lady what my centimeters were, how dilated I was, because I didn't want to be disappointed. And I think Amadou had asked her, or she told him, but they were speaking Wolof. I wasn't listening. I was in pain. But he said, yeah, no, the baby's coming out. And I'm like, what? I couldn't believe. I thought people was just making up stuff. And so I'm like, oh, the lady wasn't lying. She said the baby got to come out. I'm like, what are you talking about? But then we went to the room, delivery room. I didn't even really have to push. It was like the contractions pushed by itself. And he's just like, let me know when the contraction's about to come. And he was like, like football, hut, hut, hut. He was like right there. And I think I pushed once on my own. Like I had 3 contraction things, and then he said one more, and I did it, and then the head came out, and then the body just fell out like jelly. It was like pretty interesting from having a C-section experiencing that. Congrats on your childbirth. Just want to know your husband is building a 1 bedroom home. I saw last video. Can you tell me how much a house that size costs? I have to double check. I have to double check honestly. It's because it's not the size. It's all also has to do with the finishings. it would vary, and I would want to give you the right answer. Rob Sneed, if you could email me so I can ask Amadou and not give you the wrong amount, because what happens is, let's say for example, you could build something like that for maybe 30,000. If I had to guess, 30,000 US, but like the finishings on it, which the next video might show, the next or the one after. I'm not sure, because the status that it is now, the video that I showed, I think that was probably from July or something like that. But but the finishings is like the tile, the floor tiling, the lights, those types of things would make it cost more. So when you see it, I wouldn't want you to think that that's what it costs, because the base would probably be, you know, 30. I would say 30 to 50 if I had to guess, uh, US, thousand US, but I want to give you the correct amount, um, for an average, um, average for what that could cost, and get back to you. Um, that had to be scary for you. Yeah, it was. It was scary. Did you know that you actually have to two water bags that break? No, I did not. Oh, that's why I said your waters break. The pain then is real once the waters break. Back labor. Yes. Oh my gosh. Back labor. I didn't know what they meant when they said that. I was like, oh, I can handle it. My cycle is pretty strong, like, so I probably have, really bad cramps. I've had bad cramps. Not well, yeah, I've had most of my life, especially when I was younger. Less now, but you know, I was like, I probably could handle it and stuff. But yeah, no, there's nothing I ever felt that felt like that. And I used to be like, oh, people always ask for the epidural. Maybe they're not as tough as I am, like stuff like that. But oh my gosh, I was crying. I was crying for my mama. I was crying for. I called Amadou twice, crying like, you're not here. You're not supposed to leave. Let let my friend leave, and you wait. Like she was waiting for my friend to get home to make sure she got home, which actually was the good thing to do, because she was in a taxi at 11 o'clock at night or whatever. And so he was giving directions to the taxi to get her home and lock up and all that. And I'm like, but still, you can't leave me here by myself. And so I'm crying. I'm like, I can't do it. And every time I would try to get comfortable, like I had my birth ball there and stuff, but then the lady would come in it felt like every 2 minutes to check me. And so I had to get back up in the bed. So it was like, I can't get comfortable. I can't do anything, like all the stuff that not people, the stuff that I was thinking, like, I'm gonna walk while I'm in labor, but they had me on a IV since I got there, so I couldn't leave the building. So I could just walk in the little hall, like, I couldn't really, and up the stairs. I couldn't really walk much. So it was like, it was definitely, you know, not how I had envisioned. But you have your birth plan, and you have backup plans and other stuff. And like, by the time I got to the delivery room and like was on that, it was like a bench. It wasn't even a bed. I was like, whatever the doctor say. If he say it's almost over, I'm gonna do what he say, because the pain was just so unbearable that I was like, okay, if he say push, I'm gonna push, or he say do, like, whatever I gotta do to get this over with. Let's go. So everything that I had, hoped for, it wasn't like everything happened, but the fact that I was able to do it, still do a vaginal, and I didn't have any drugs, like, I wouldn't do that again. But um, it's a nice thing to know that I was able to do it. That I'm capable of doing it. That made me feel good. But yeah, so after what happened because of the hemorrhaging, um, after she was born, uh, they sew you up if you have, if you tear and stuff, and then that took a while. And then so it probably was like an hour later. Maybe she was born 3:40. I would probably guess it was, I don't know, almost 5 o'clock or 4:30, something like that. Maybe that's how long it felt, at least. But But then I tried to get up to take a shower because I had my water broke all those times and all that stuff. And so I wanted to clean myself. And when Amadou tried to help me get up, he noticed that my lips turned gray and my eyes, like the white of my eyes was really, really, really white. So, and I lost consciousness for like, it might have been 5 seconds or something. And so I couldn't get up. I was hypotensive, they call it. So I lost too much blood and my blood pressure was super, super, super low. Um, and so he called the doctor back in the room. And then it was a point where I think they laid me down and they were checking stuff. And I remember they put an oxygen in my nose. My eyes were closed and Amadou kept rubbing me like he didn't want me to go to sleep. He kept shaking me. But I felt like I was okay. I didn't realize what happened. I just know I got a little bit dizzy when I sat up. And then from sitting up to trying to get up, that's when it was like I went blank. And then the doctor was a point where the doctor was on one side and then Amadou was on the other side, and they were trying to both get me up. And the same thing happened. I got like a little hot, like a heat flash type of feeling, and then I blacked out again. So the same thing happened again. I guess standing up was like, I don't know. They triggered the hypotension or whatever, and I had lost too much blood. So they had to give me blood transfusion. But they had already done my all my blood work and testing and everything to see what I'm allergic to, my blood type, and all that. So they had all that information from a month prior, and so the doctor went to the emergency to the hospital to pick up my blood and came back and called the anesthesiologist because they wanted to make sure um, that there was I guess no placenta left inside because that could be life threatening. So they wanted to make sure everything was out, um, and so they had to check me. But after they had sold down there, I didn't want to be checked. Like I couldn't handle it. It was too much had gone on that I didn't want another hand in there. So I was like, I can't do this. But so they called the anesthesiologist and he came and they put me under and everything, and they took care of what they had to do. But thankfully Amadou caught that. He was really nervous and really scared. I didn't realize what was going on. I just knew that I was feeling dizzy. But afterwards, he told me what he saw and all that. But the doctor stayed calm. I mean, he told me like I have to check you. It's important and everything. But he wasn't like freaking out. I didn't see no fear in his face. I didn't see, you know, even if he was, he didn't show me, and so it was like it made me feel calm and not panicky and stuff. And so he really had good composure for how serious it was. Um, but but yeah, so then Amadou had called the house, and my mother-in-law and my homegirl came because he was really frightened, and he didn't know, what I mean, what was gonna happen. Uh, and so by this, but I was unaware. It wasn't until after they told me, he was pretty emotional and everything, and but everything worked out. They got whatever was in there that needed to come out, and then they gave me the blood transfusion, and then I think I got two blood transfusions. But I woke up from that. It was probably, I don't know, 5 in the morning or something like that, 6 maybe, and then I woke up around noon later that day, and everybody told me what happened. So yeah, I didn't really. I mean, all the things you can look up about pregnancy and childbirth and stuff, you can never look up everything, like all the things that could happen. But thank goodness that Amadou was there. He advocated for me, and that the doctor listened to him. Some people aren't that lucky to where a doctor would listen to your complaint or your spouse's complaint and stuff like that, and take you seriously. So yeah, that's that's what happened. That's how she got here. You're still awake. I'm surprised you're not asleep. It's dark. It's 7. It's already pitch black and it's 7 o'clock. You can turn that yellow light out over there. Yeah, that's how she got here. Let's see. Hmm. Yeah, Amadou was scared. Um, did you know that you? Oh no, I read this already. Hold on. Everyone, please remember to press. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Can I put my head upside down?
Hold on, babe.
In the thing?
Hold on. You can't put your head upside down on my thing.
No, not on it.
Oh, here we go.
You
Oh, why
know,
do I keep doing this?
can I like?
Okay, there we go. Put. Oh no, that doesn't work. Oh, I see. What do you want, Yes? What are you trying to do?
Put my head
What do you want?
upside down. Put my head upside down.
Oh, why do you want to put your head upside down on my? Oh, I see. I see your head. Everyone, oh, congratulations! Thank the Most High that you made it through. Yes, I'm definitely very blessed, man. You know, so happy you were able to have vaginal because it's way easier, especially since you have stairs. Because stairs and cesarean. Oh, I didn't think about stairs and C-section. Yeah, so happy you came through safely. Excellent, doctor. Thank you. Yeah, they said hi. Yeah, yeah. Teaser said
Hi guys.
hi. How do you feel to be a big sister? You want to tell them?
Good.
Hmm. Yeah, but but yeah, like I said, I did I think I recorded some stuff about how I was feeling during pregnancy, and then also during the during labor just a little bit, and not labor, well, not labor, but the pre-labor stuff, and the clinic was great. They fed me like really good food. It was not hospital food. They like get you food from a restaurant, and even whoever was in there with me, even after after the baby was born, I stayed for I think
Few
she was born
weeks.
Saturday, so I stayed all day Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I was released, and so whoever was visiting me at the time, like if it was time for me to eat, they would order food for you too, like from the restaurant. Yes, move. What are you doing?
Use tissue right up.
Oh, but they would order you food, and whoever was with you, they can order food for them too. So we would all eat. Sometimes the kids were there. My friend's daughter, and my kid and stuff. You're making the computer move, babe. Yes. Sorry. No, you're not. But so I'll release those things later.
I
But I
guess.
have other videos from July, August, September, um, October. Yeah, some stuff to edit and release. So I'll put it in order. So it probably won't be out until the top of the year.
Mom.
Yeah, Golden Baobab says hi to you. She came to our house before. Stop shaking. You're making the thing shake.
Hi.
Say hi, Golden Baobab.
Hi, Golden Bow Bow. Who's Golden Bow Bow?
Linda, Mama Linda says hello to all and see you soon. Mama Linda.
Hi, Mama Linda.
She'll be here really soon.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I guess that's it. That's pretty much it. But yeah, I'm I feel very blessed and very happy.
Bye bye.
And I have 2 kids now. This is
Woohoo!
very interesting. Still a little surreal, but I'm getting used to it.
Bye bye.
And this one helped me so much while I was pregnant and sick. She would rub my back when I was over the toilet doing my vomiting thing.
What
And she,
ramen thing?
when I was throwing up, vomiting means throw up.
Oh,
And she
like
would
how
she would
that
rub my back. It's okay,
how that
mommy.
little kid, like that little girl.
Sometime I thought she was gonna cry. She was gonna make me cry.
I thought you remind me of that little girl that when I was swimming.
Yeah, the
She
little.
was like, "It's okay."
Yeah, that's what you did. You said it's okay.
Wow.
You would make me food. She learned how to cook. Would tell them what you know how to cook.
I know how to cook and pancakes and
French toast,
eggs and French toast
grilled cheese,
and grilled cheese and
hot dogs.
hot dogs
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and mini pizza.
Yeah. You know how to make mini pizza too?
Yes, I do.
Mm.
Everybody knows how to make pizza, so I can make mini pizza. Mini pizza.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Yaya did a great job. Yeah. Her summer was not as fun this year. She was taking care of her mom, but I'll make up for it later.
Bye.
So I guess we're gonna go now, unless anybody has other things they want to ask. But Chef Yaya. But
I am the chef, Yaya.
yeah, more videos will be coming. I have lots of stuff, even though I didn't release much throughout this year. I do have a lot of footage coming your way. So I did have the latter half of the pregnancy. I was able to get out and do a couple of things. So I have videos from that time. So I'll be able to show you guys. Mommy's helper. Hmm. Yeah. You know, when you keep doing that, you're making everything shake, boo. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna say goodbye.
Man.
Oh man, what you mean? Oh man, it's time to go. I just wanted to say hello to the people because it's been a long time,
What?
and they didn't know that the baby was here, so I was showing them. Now we gotta go. Oh, they can see your teeth and all that stuff. Anyway, you did good. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys. Yeah, can you? They can see up your nose, man. This is gonna be. It's gonna be on YouTube for the world to see forever and ever and ever in perpetuity.
World?
Yes, the whole world can see YouTube. You know. Anyway, Yams want to say bye. Say bye. We'll figure out her name, her YouTube name later. Her nickname.
Her
YouTube
nickname is Mama.
No, you make up the most easiest
How
name.
about Cece?
ZZ,
Yeah.
but that has nothing to do with nothing. ZZ, Yaya and ZZ.
How about yeah?
So Y and Z, Yaya and ZZ. We'll think about it. We'll think
How
about
about
it if I can
Yaya?
remember that one.
How about Yaya and Lily?
I think she's hungry. Not Lily. Lily is way off.
What?
Shh! Don't scream. Yeah, it's gonna be a great big sister. See you guys later, Shubar. Anyway, we're gonna think of a name for this one.
This one.
We gotta work that out. We have to ask your dad to break the tie between us because she just wants to make a Fifi, Fufu, Zizi, Bibi, Lily. That's all she did. You can name the animals, not people, baby.
Okay, we
Sorry.
are partners.
All right, I'm gonna talk to you guys on the other side. Feels good to be all the way back. See you guys later.
Yeah,
Bye.
She said like.
Supermom. Bye, guys. Talk to you later. Say bye. Peace out. Say peace. Oh, she said peace too. You said peace too.